Welcome back to 12 Days of a Chicken, everyone, and in this video, I'm going to be doing day number 3 today. We are going to be talking about raising roosters. I'm going to be giving you a 5-minute guide on how to raise roosters. Welcome back to the 5-minute guide series, I guess. Let's begin this video. Now, there are many different breeds of roosters to talk about. I want to get the obvious couple out of the way. The Black Copper Mare, Easter Egger, and Buff Orpington all clear in first, second, third place respectively. Each of these 3 roosters are all one of the greatest roosters you can get, with the runners-up being Barred Rock roosters as well. All 3 of these roosters are known to be very tame and civil and will respect your personal boundaries. Black Copper Mare roosters, however, might or may not try to jokingly attack you. It's not going to hurt unless you actually do something that enrages them. Now, I want to hear from you. What was your personal favorite breed of rooster now? Here's some breeds I'd recommend you stay away from if you want a civil rooster experience, and those will be the Green Queens, because my rooster Falcon, mainly because Green Queen roosters don't know when to stop running their mouth, and also silky roosters. Same with all those really tiny chickens. I don't know what it is, but those chickens, that if they were human would be like 3'6", seem to be the ones with the most temper for some reason. Now that you've selected that breed of rooster, you're like, what are they even for other than defense? Well, roosters can obviously be used for mating and breeding purposes, unless your rooster is named Falcon and happens to be a Green Queen that resides in a pet flock with mainly Buff Orpingtons, Barred Rocks, and Easter Eggers and similar breeds. You could consider yourself screwed with that one, because Green Queens aren't really compatible with a lot of chicken breeds. But I will say one thing, we created Fluffball using a Black Copper Mare rooster and a lot of other things. They can also obviously be used for defense, and you know what, if after a couple months and you're not a big fan of them, they're attacking you and they don't know when to stop running that mouth, man, they're gonna get themselves some permanent discipline, also known as being part of Wednesday night's dinner. Yeah, we've never had to do that personally, but if your rooster does get really, really aggressive, personally, we recommend selling them first, and then, at a last resort, having the Wednesday night dinner. Now, this is going to be a longer segment, so strap yourselves in and get yourself ready for about a minute and a half of bare bones audio recording. Anyways, let's begin. So, how do you tame your rooster if he gets too aggressive? Well, usually that begins at around 6 months, I'd estimate, right around the time when the hens will begin laying eggs. So around that time frame is when you'd expect the rooster to begin his full-on transformation into becoming an epic moron rooster that you'd never expect your sweet little rooster to become like that, but happens all the time, and unfortunately there's not much you can really do about it. But there are some things that'll make him a little bit more trustworthy to you, like food. Of course, you gotta give him some leftover kitchen scraps, or might I say it, some chicken nuggets from the Chick-fil-A last Saturday that have just been laying around for a day or two. That might also help ease the tension a little bit of having humans around them, and also having less people around them, and at night sometimes even just taking them for brief little walks around the coop might even just ease that tension just a tiny little bit, be able to finally get your rooster tamed and what you'd expect. And obviously there's a lot of other methods that you could use to tame your roosters, such as force, taking the chickens by storm. What I mean by that is taking their trust over him and just full on capturing the flock as sort of your own and not his. There's a lot of different ways you could do that. Moral of the story, there's too many of them. Now, that last resort with that rooster is getting rid of him. Now, how do you get rid of him? There's 2 ways you can get rid of your rooster. Number 1 is selling him. And number 2, obviously, as I said earlier, making him part of that Wednesday night dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if he takes you on by brute force. There's nothing wrong with maybe getting a little bit of a savage comeback. But selling them can be hard sometimes, so I can understand why you might want to have him for Wednesday night's dinner. Just a reminder, 3-year-old roosters, they won't make good Wednesday night dinner. Anyways, I have like 10 seconds left of audio recording possible for the 5-minute documentary, so one last word, click the link to subscribe, the video on the screen is patiently awaiting you. I'm out.